Yellow Jackets. That's why Jen ran off. Okay.
There's nothing to eat.
This is crazy out here. All right, let's keep an eye on these guys. We have Yellow Jackets swarming all of our camera gear. California, gotta love it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm out here in the beautiful, sunny and hot California fall with my friend and Leica brother, Rudy.
Hi, everybody.
And today we have a pretty fun experiment for you. So last week we met up at our favorite coffee shop and Rudy brought his X2D to let me try it out because Rudy's got me like this close convinced that I need one in my life. But one of the most interesting things for me is to be able to shoot my Leica lenses on the X2D. So here's what happens. The Leica lenses, they're made for a 35mm equivalent sensor, which is what's gonna be in your M11 or honestly like any camera that's not a medium format camera. But the X2D, as well as like the Fuji medium format cameras, like those digital cameras have a bigger sensor. And when you put your 35mm lenses on a sensor that big, you're going to get a little bit different perception. Is that a way of saying it? What would you say?
Yeah, I would say that. Perception is good.
Okay. And when you mount a lens that's made for a 35mm sensor onto a camera that has a bigger sensor, your perception of how that lens looks is gonna be different. So we tested this with the 50 Summilux last week, and we had it at 1.4 on my M11, and then we put it on the X2D, and it looked quite different, but you're gonna get some vignetting in the corners because the field of view that is on a lens that's made for a 35mm sensor is going to be different than on a sensor at the size of the X2D. But with 100 megapixels, it doesn't matter because you have all this room to just crop in a little bit and get rid of those corners. I honestly was really impressed and excited to try this test today, but we thought we'd step it up. Rather than just bringing the 50 Summilux and saying, okay, here's how the Summilux looks on the M11 and here's how it looks on the X2D, Rudy brought out his Summicron, which is an F2, and then the guys at Camera West loaned us the Noctilux 0.95 for this test, and that's I haven't seen it yet, and I have a feeling it's gonna make my head hurt because the aperture perception changes as you put a smaller lens on a bigger sensor. So that Summicron at f2 becomes 1.6.
1.6.
The Summilux f1.4 becomes 1.1. And the Noctilux 0.95 becomes
0.75, something like that.
0.75, which is absolutely bonkers insane. So if you are a medium format film photographer, which is like my favorite style of film photography, there is a look to medium format film that has that 3D pop, that like really interesting depth of field you really only get with medium format. This is why cameras like the Pentax 6.7 with that like iconic and classic 105 is such a desirable lens because it has such a unique look. What we want to find out today, can we get a similar look with a digital system using these Leica lenses on the X2D, but we're gonna shoot them on the M11 as well to see if they retain any of that look. Additionally today, we've got Jen. You've seen her before on this channel. Jen is going to be our model today, and she's awesome. And she's going to stand in a shady spot so we can get some photos and show you guys what these lenses are gonna look like. So without any further waiting, let's get into this test. Okay, so we just did our first shoot. We're gonna find a second spot now and change up the scene, the background a little bit and do it one more time. This is a good time for me to plug my new tier on Patreon. If you're looking for one-to-one mentorships, there's a link below and you can find out all about that. Just look right below for the link that says Patreon, read about what it looks like to join the one-to-one mentorship program. And if you have any questions, shoot me a DM and I'll happily respond. And hopefully not die. Okay, Jen, now that we've taken your high school senior portraits, as a year old woman, how do you feel? If you want to see real pictures of Jen, like real portraits, hit the Instagram, link is below. She's done a lot of my work. You also take a lot of self-portraits because you're an incredible photographer too. Her Instagram's down there as well, so just check that out too. And so is Rudy's, follow him as well. In fact, everybody's just below. Go down below, hit the Instagrams, say hi.
All right, I'm sorry, I can't do this. They look identical. I want them to look differently. I have pixel peeped. Once you crop into the equivalent look, they look identical. So if you're hoping to answer the question of, does it look like medium format? As a medium format film photographer, no. Can't beat it, can't beat film. All right, here's the actual closing right here.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We would love to hear your thoughts about how you feel like the Leica lenses look on the Hasselblad system. Is there a noticeable difference to you? And you'll notice that the focal length might look a touch different between them. I am cropping in just a little bit to get past the vignetting, but I cropped in the same on the M11 files to make them look as identical as possible. So leave your comments below and let us know what you think. If you have questions, hit me up. I'm happy to try to answer them. If you've watched this channel long enough, you'll know that I'm not a technical gear guy. There's plenty of those out there, but I hope you enjoyed this fun test. Be sure to check out Rudy's work and Jen's work, and we will see you guys next time.
I'll be your gear guy
Yeah.
anytime, Dave.